Hey everybody, welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Spitcup and Roy Show. We're glad you made it through the weekend.
What up?
To spend a little time with us, right?
Yeah,
very good. We're going to go through a few things, learn you something,
and do stuff,
inform you about some things, and just kind of where we're at. You know what I mean? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, huh?
Yeah. So as always, right? We have a sponsor. So today's show is being sponsored by the Spark Plug Doctor.
Oh yeah,
right.
I like that guy.
Spark Plug Doctor, which is owned and operated by Dr. Samuel Rotipovich.
Oh yeah. He's a Czechoslovakian guy.
Yeah. He came over. He immigrated over, right, and brought his craft that he specializes in, which is the refurbishing of worn out, used up, fouled
spark plugs,
all kinds of spark plugs. It doesn't matter if they go in your lawnmower,
even if they're dirty,
your weed eater, right?
Yeah.
Your pickup truck. It doesn't matter. Your airplane.
Yeah, your computer,
your space shuttle, right?
You know, if your cell phone's got a spark plug, hey.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, I think they do have them on the old models. Those the ones that
the flip phones.
The flip phones. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But
those rotary dial ones.
Yeah. Hey,
old typewriters got spark plugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a cup of coffee that had a spark plug one time.
Yeah.
It got me going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you've got a spark plug that you've either fouled up or you've you could. He also said, like, if you have a spark plug that you tried to tighten too tight, tried to just dig it in that hole a little too far, and you either somehow
the tip went in too far.
Yeah, the tip kind of bottoms out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If your tip bottomed out, he said just bring that to him and he can refurbish the tip part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
If you may have possibly worn a groove in it, you know.
Yeah.
And you maybe successfully got it back out, but when you put it back in, it whistled. You know. So.
Yeah.
You stripped it somehow, whatever.
Yeah. So he can rethread your tip.
Yeah.
Right.
Just the tip.
He could rethread. Well, you don't want to rethread the shaft.
Yeah. He likes playing just the tip.
Yeah.
So. But you can't take your vehicle up there and expect him to remove them install them.
No.
All right? He's only going. You got to bring them to him. You got to do all that yourself.
Yeah. Bring them in an old paper sack, or
he'll fix it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got to go put them in yourself.
Well, and you think you wonder, spark plugs cost anywhere from $7 to $14 a piece.
Yeah.
What does it matter? Well. I was a little skeptical too, and when I went to Dr. Sammy's, and I said, okay, what's the cost savings here? Why do I need to go through the trouble of having to remove my spark plug, especially if I drove, let's say for example, a 2017 Toyota Tundra, right, where the spark plugs that are in the back of the engine are so far back, you gotta lower the back seats just to get to them
and go through the AC vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take the. What'd you say? When we tried to change them before, you were mad because you had to take the air out of your tires.
I did.
Just to remove the spark plugs, right?
Yeah. I had to jack it up, take the air out of the tires.
Yeah.
I had to do a tire rotation 4 times in a certain sequence.
Yeah. And so
I had to drain the blinker fluid.
Why would I need to go through all that? Right. I could just go get new plugs. Well, you got to do all that anyway.
Yep.
Right. So whether you got new plugs or old plugs, so the cost savings, he said, for refurbishing an old plug, he said it's about a 27.5% savings.
Yeah. So if you can get your plugs out, you can save money taking them down there to Sammy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because look, folks, we all know we got all pissed off when, we take our vehicle in to get worked on. Right, and the part that they put on costs $19, and you got a bill for $417.
Yeah.
Right, and you're like, well, why is that? Well, it took us 3 hours, right, to get to your part and take it off, and and then put your $19 part back on.
There you go.
Right, and we get all pissed off. Hey, do your stuff yourself, right? Fix your stuff yourself.
Hey, you ever had your plug sparked? You know what I
mean? No, I mean I've had to get a readjust from bottoming out, right? And it was fine. And you know, you do all 8 of them, you know.
Yeah, you go in too far, you got issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody might take you serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyway, you got spark plugs that need refurbished, renewed. Give Dr. Sammy a call at Spark Plug Doctor. You know, he'll fix you up. Right? Too easy, folks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sammy.
Yeah.
All right. So today's holiday,
right? So
it's one of my favorites.
And it's good that it's this time of year because I don't know.
My mouth.
I don't know.
Hold on, man. My mouth's watering right now. Just thinking about the holiday of today.
Well, it's not skin flute day, so.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. So, hey, but we're lucky that this day is in the middle of the summer because nobody would really celebrate this like in the winter. You know what I mean? I guess maybe you do. Anyway, so today is National Watermelon Day.
Yes.
Right. So, so go ahead and crank up your, your old CD with Tracy Bird playing Little Watermelon Crawl.
Watermelon Crawl.
Right, and have a good time. Go head down the street here and go get one of them Pennington watermelons.
Yeah.
Right.
Grapeland, Texas.
Yeah, Grapeland,
Pennington
Texas.
watermelons, sweet as can be.
Yeah.
Although they might be $12 a piece
for a mini, probably.
But hey, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
About the best you can get around here that I know of.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
hey, but I'm always confused though. They come out with these watermelons that are seedless. How?
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, look.
It's fake news.
No, hold on. So we can get seedless watermelons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we can't figure out how to get
evenly dusted Doritos.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something, ain't it? Seedless grapes and cherries.
Yeah. They got grapes that don't even have the little the loogie sack in them with the seeds. They don't even have that. It's just grape.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get it.
But
anyway, hey, Watermelon Day.
All kinds of watermelons. Like my brother, he enjoys what are they, like the yellow flesh ones. Right. I don't know. They seem all the same to me. I'm not a big watermelon fan.
Yeah, well, I'm a little prejudiced to the yellow flesh ones. I mean, like, I don't like cantaloupes.
Hey, you can't say that.
I don't like, if it ain't red, I ain't getting fed. You know what I mean?
We're trying to move on, and we're trying to not have any prejudices, right? So, learn to embrace.
If it's going in my mouth,
learn to embrace all. Yeah, you've cared about stuff in your mouth before.
Yeah, and I always will.
Right. Learn to embrace all types of watermelons. The little short round ones, those big long ones.
Yeah, the long ones.
Right.
The long skinny ones, or the long girthy ones.
The long girthy ones. The ones in Japan that are in the shape of a cube.
Oh,
right.
How do they do that?
The yellow flesh ones. Right. Embrace them all. Let's get over.
Do the yellow flesh ones taste any different?
He says they do. My brother says they do.
Really?
I'm
gonna try it out.
He likes to taste something. My whole thing is, how do you know you got one? Do you get home, you cut it like, damn?
I don't think. No, it's not yellow flesh. It's yellow meat.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I was saying.
Yeah.
I guess when I said flesh in my mind, I was thinking, well, at least I'm not saying skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the skin.
He likes the yellow meat ones. That's
the
right.
meat. The meat's what I care about.
Yeah.
I like that old pink and red meat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you open it up and it's yellow meat, and might be some issues going on. That's why I would.
Are we still talking about watermelons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But that's why I never tried it. But I guess if your brother said it tastes different, I wouldn't mind checking it out.
He enjoys it, and they are a watermelon eating family. I'll tell you. I mean, they've got them. They kind of live in town, so they don't have a lot of property, but they've got watermelons growing out in their backyard. Right, so they got their own little patch.
There you go.
You know.
Hey.
Cut that jab.
Happy Watermelon Day, folks.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
All right. So, as we started to do lately, right? We're doing our due diligence to kind of do our own research to get information out to the masses. Of new COVID symptoms.
Oh yeah, we're raising awareness
to
folks that may not know that. Hey, I'm in danger here.
If I happen to show these signs or have this, there's a high chance I might test positive for COVID.
Chance is high.
Right. We talked about the ankle eczema. Right. There's a good chance.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about
the brothel sprouts. Yeah.
Right. You can have it. And so what'd you do your research on? What'd you find out? It's kind of a new one that's coming along. Well, actually, it may not even be new.
Well, studies have come to show. Studies, dang, that was violent.
Yeah.
Studies have shown.
That hurt a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Felt like it hurt.
My sack.
Wait, felt like it hurt. So, studies have shown that.
Felt like a squirt. Studies. Come on.
I felt like it.
Yeah.
So if you're easily offended, right? If someone's wearing a shirt you don't agree with and it just makes you so mad.
Like Trump 2024.
Yeah. Or if somebody's maybe somebody's character, the way they act offends you, or something they say, right? That's a big one. It's usually something somebody says, right?
Yeah.
Or someone's lifestyle you don't agree with, whatever. When these kind of things make you offended, right?
And it fires you up internally.
Yeah, it throws you into a world of pissed off that you've never been in before.
Yeah.
So they're showing that if you're easily offended,
he said,
then you have COVID. No question.
So you don't even know to.
They said it was a 99.4% chance that you have COVID.
I say that you don't even need to go get tested.
No need to get tested.
It sounded like I was reading from a pop-up book.
Just take precaution.
Okay.
Try to heal yourself up.
What?
Because what was the old saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but
will break your bones, not bake them.
They'll do that too.
Yeah.
But words will never hurt me, right?
But if they hurt you,
yeah. Nowadays,
you're probably COVID positive. Man,
if the words hurt you,
COVID positive. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on today.
Back in the day, when people mouthed off or did something you didn't like, you just whooped their ass.
Got the shit slapped out of you.
Yeah. And if we were still doing that today,
oh man,
people wouldn't be saying stuff.
And there would be less people with COVID.
Yeah.
Right? So if we could just get back to, and it's not like, you would slap the piss out of somebody and now you hate that person forever. That's just how you solved it. You help! Right?
And then you sat on the tailgate and drank a beer about it.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, I guess you was right because you won, right?
Yeah. And so
you don't dare argue with him again.
No, unless you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Right?
So if we could go back to squaring off with folks
without being worried that, okay, now if I smack you in the mouth, are you calling the police?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Because somebody, you might run into somebody that, hey, let's dance, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you
whoop them, they're calling the cops. As soon as you hit
that dance floor, right, they're calling the police.
You ever notice it's never the guy that wins that calls the cops?
Usually
it's always the guy that loses.
Right. So, hey, if we could get back to where we weren't afraid that anything that we would do would easily offend somebody, right? Where you could just solve and settle things with, Well,
the best thing to do is just get rid of COVID.
Yeah.
You know how you get rid of COVID? Stop talking about it.
Yeah, stop reporting it on the news.
Yeah.
I even saw
fake news.
I saw something today. We were out and they were saying on the news, obviously, and we all know this, the drastic decline in the cases of the common cold or the flu. Right, the flu's disappeared. Right.
Yeah.
Where's
that at?
Nobody's.
Well, I actually, Palestine Herald Press put on Facebook, maybe this morning or whatever, said the the sudden rise in COVID cases in East Texas, right?
Okay.
Where's that at? But anyways, apparently there's a sudden rise of COVID cases. I put a comment on there that said, you know, they ought to be ashamed of themselves putting something like that on there, misleading people.
Yeah.
And then I asked, you know, hey, what you know, where's the flu at? Y'all didn't report that the flu was up or down.
Yeah.
Right? And some lady got on there and said, I had the flu. Congratulations.
Yeah, good job.
You're the only person I've heard of getting the flu.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people in the medical field, and they're all wondering the same thing. Where in the hell is the flu?
Yeah. 2 years ago, the flu was wiped out. It was cured, I guess.
Maybe the COVID ate it.
COVID. Yeah, the COVID ate it.
And but no.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're easily offended, like what we just talked about may have offended you, you probably got COVID.
All right. So it kind of leads us into our next segment. We want to try to learn people some stuff, right?
Yep.
And so if you happen to be somebody who either gets offended a little easily,
or if you're a nobody,
or everybody's a somebody.
Man.
I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody's my
I don't know.
Right.
I'm a nobody. So.
Right. If you're somebody who's easily offended, or somebody who doesn't handle pressure or stress very well, because hey, stress is a real thing.
P-pressure.
Right. And stress is real. And one of the things we have to get away from is, our grandfathers, and then our grandfathers. What was the whole? Hey, just get up, rub some dirt on it. Suck it up.
They used to say stress is real if you let it be real.
Right, but stress is a real thing, right? Now, not everybody handles it the same way. Not everybody has learned to cope with it the same way. For me, a lot of stuff just rolls off my back. I really, I've learned not to care about a lot of stuff. Not that I don't care. I've learned how to deal with stuff, and I really don't get stressed out.
Well, you just learn that there's bigger issues in the world than what you might be stressing about. You know what I mean?
Right. So,
hey, huh?
But if you happen to be somebody and you find yourself in a situation, right, that you're a part of a team that's competing, or you're representing maybe a nation, right? I mean, there's whatever. There's different. We have the Olympics because we happen to have
Why don't you just say it, man? Just
right. We had the Olympics going on, right?
If you're in the Olympics and you quit,
you're right. Did that happen?
That happened.
There's no way.
Oh yeah. No. Somebody said, "Hey, look, I just see that I'm not being judged correctly, and there's no possible way that I can win the gold, so I'm just going to quit."
I don't believe that. That's fake news.
Well.
Right. So maybe somebody's too stressful. Maybe they were too stressful or whatever. So your solution is, hey, just pull out, man.
Hey, yeah.
Right? If you find yourself in a situation, right, you've been working and trying to drill this situation, you're like really into it. But, you feel like you're kind of towards the end, and you don't know if you can handle, kind of what's left to come.
Right.
Right? Just pull out.
Yeah. I mean, there's been times where I've had the whole weight of the world on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pulled out.
Yeah. And because it's not a bad thing to pull out. Heck, I wish more people would pull out.
Yeah, some people need to.
And you can tell. You're like, look, it's, a strain on our economy. I wish y'all would have practiced more pull-outs.
Yeah. Yeah, pull-outs can be successful.
Yeah. I mean, so they're not a bad thing. So it's not. It doesn't mean you're a quitter if you pull out. It doesn't mean that you're less than a man or less than a woman if you pull out. So
it just depends on the situation. Sometimes, yeah, you're a quitter, but you need to know when to quit.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever been in a situation and you're like, well, I'm gonna stick with this until the very last moment. And then I'm going to pull out. And once you pull out, you realize, like, hey,
maybe I shouldn't have.
Or you were like, well, it wasn't so bad. Everything's good now, right?
Okay. Well, you run the risk, if if you're in a situation and you kind of go into it knowing, okay, maybe I will pull out. I'm setting myself up to pull out, but then you kind of get to the end, and you're so in the moment of whatever activity you're partaking in. You're so in the moment that you lose the ability, or you forget, you don't remember, and you forget to pull out.
Yeah, maybe black out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Hey, so
you get a cramp in the bottom of your foot,
yeah,
and it kind of paralyzes you, right? And whatever you're trying to do, and you can't pull out, and then really you have the chance to be screwed for a while after that,
all the way too. Mm-hmm. And so you may had the intention of pulling out and you didn't, and realize you made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
So you got to know when to pull out and when not to pull out.
Mm-hmm. And it's all for your mental health, to for really just for your overall health. Your mental health, but just for your overall health. So. Yeah. So, hey, know when to pull out.
And look, just because you can't get first place doesn't mean you need to pull out.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, there's other places.
I mean, what are we teaching? What are we teaching people, right? Look, if all odds are against you and you're not going to win, just give up.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah.
So, you got to know when to pull out.
Yeah.
And although pulling out doesn't feel as good as sticking the course.
Yeah, but sometimes
the repercussions of not pulling out when you needed to is much more severe.
Well, sometimes it can feel just as good as say the act you were doing, right? Because it all depends on the timing of the pull out.
Yeah, but you could get a shimmy cramp.
Well, but if you time your pull out perfectly, the euphoria of the release after post pull out, it's amazing. Post pull out
syndrome.
So
what about pre pull out syndrome?
Well, all of it.
I heard that was kind of like a seizure.
Everything leading up to the pull out is pre pull out. So the whole act.
Oh.
Right?
There's no syndrome beforehand, though?
I wouldn't think so.
Maybe like humpback?
Yeah. I mean...
Cashew back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Hey, man, you never know. But you got to be careful.
Antenna legs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah. You could actually, dislocate joints.
Yeah. You could.
During a pre-pull out.
Yeah.
But a post pull out, man, it's dangerous. It's a real thin line of bravery and stupidity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so there's things. Let's say you're a type of individual who's like, look, I've never been a quitter. I wasn't raised to pull out, right? So there's things you can do. There's you can go into whatever activity you're going to partake in, and you can kind of cover yourself with protection.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like a certain outfit, or is it like a mental?
You can
a mental mind state, certain mind state that protects you, and
whatever you need to do to kind of, you're saying I'm covering myself in protection, right? So I can complete my task without having to pull out.
Oh,
right. And so you already know going in. Okay, I'm covering myself. I'm protecting myself with. It can just be a little thin layer of whatever you want to put on mentally.
Yeah.
Right. Virtually or whatever.
Yeah, even virtually. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. If you're in a situation where the thought of pulling out even enters in your mind, then you probably shouldn't have started. You probably shouldn't have went in.
I'm not going to agree with that.
Hey. But guess what? Me and him can disagree.
Yeah.
And neither one of us is going to get offended because we don't have COVID.
I ain't got it.
Ain't got it. Yeah.
Right.
I had it in my eye one time, but...
Your brown one?
Yeah, it was a sty, and that I went to go get some drops for it, and they said it was COVID. So.
Okay. All right.
But I just thought it was a sty.
All right. So pulling out, folks. It's not a bad thing. More people should
practice
it, right?
Yeah.
So what else, right? So
especially if you're like one of those people that's
yeah. Let's just keep kicking this horse.
Yeah. If you're poor and you smoke cigarettes and you get tattoos, right? And you don't have very good morals or family support or health insurance.
Yeah.
You should probably be really good at pulling out.
Very much practice pullouts.
Or not even start.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe knocked in the head and thrown in the river.
Okay.
Yeah. But anywho, hey, you had mentioned, okay, you had mentioned that you was down there behind the Snagabyte late.
Well, don't say it like that, like I was behind the Snagabyte.
No, you were behind.
No, I mean,
you had to pull around to go because you wanted a certain parking spot. The only way to, you saw what's her name back there.
Yeah.
And then, Samantha Shaft Turner was back there in the back, remember?
Well.
And then you came around.
I think so. You saw,
yeah, and you said you saw a guy filming a girl in the front seat.
Yeah.
And so.
Right, so it got me thinking, right? I saw that fella in the front seat of his 79 Trans Am, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his old VHS, from '82, camcorder, right? And he had to take the T-top off, right, just to kind of
T-top,
right? And he told her, he said, hey, we're gonna shoot a scene here. We're gonna, pretend you're drowning in a lake or something. And she really thought she was. She she was doing it.
You think she believed it?
Oh, because he was like...
Because she was too good at it,
He was throwing a little water on her, right? And so she was like really into it. Now, and those two individuals, it's not a secret that, of what they're on. You know what I mean?
Meth.
They both seemed a little methed up at the time, right? And so
perhaps some of their films or flicks or some of their counterparts or something that doesn't come out.
Well, so it got me thinking. If you remember how we brought up about if meth heads made music, right? Or if they
had meth bands.
If they had meth bands, what they would be called or the type of music they would have, like Meth Leopard would probably be one of the ones he listened to in his Trans Am,
or Red Hot Meth Peppers.
Red Hot Meth Peppers, right? If you're, kind of a different genre. So there's all kinds.
Sir
Meth-a-Lot. Sir Meth-a-Lot was a good one.
Yeah.
Right?
So now we got, what Methflix?
Yeah, right.
Are you saying, is that what you're saying?
So if these folks, if they started making movies, right, what would they be called? And there's a high chance that if you subscribe to Methflix,
you're going to see these movies that we're going to tell you about.
Are going to be put out on those. So hey, if you haven't subscribed to Methflix, hey, go check it out. It's probably $2.99 a month, right? It's probably pretty cheap.
I would think it would be free.
They probably do. It probably is free. All right. So what kind of movies would be on there, right? So like Meth Wars, right? If you're a sci-fi fan, right? Meth Wars. Right?
Would it be all?
Well, like 1 through 9.
1 through 9.
It would probably be this big old long, story, right? 9 different parts. Have a couple, 2 or 3 spin-off movies. Meth Wars. Right?
Coming to a theater near you. Yeah. Jurassic Meth.
Oh, shoot. Right? Big old angry T-Rex running around.
Yeah, run around looking for some meth.
Yeah, look. Who stole my pipe? Right? Right? Or like classics like Meth Gump.
Meth Gump,
right? And it kind of makes sense because he's a little slow, in the head. He goes to college because he happens to be like real squirrely. Those meth addicts, they're kind of slippery, right?
Yeah,
try to get your hands on them. And he goes to the University of Alabama, which is, come on,
there's probably meth there.
Yeah, right. I think they pass it out during freshman orientation. It's usually passed out.
Yeah.
So,
matter of fact, if you don't survive your first meth high.
They send you to Auburn.
Yeah, you go to Auburn.
Yeah, they're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're not worthy.
Or Clemson.
Well, that's in South Carolina.
So they might want you out of the whole state of Alabama.
Get you out of the whole
You don't
state.
belong here.
Yeah, okay. But there's like there could be animated ones like a Meth Jam.
Meth Jam.
Right, that's kind of the new one. That was one of their newest releases. That's on Methflix right now. They said it was starring Lameth James.
Yeah.
Was the
Meth Jam starring Lameth James.
Lameth James, right? Everybody knows him, right?
Better name for him anyway.
And so the kind of car that the guy was in got me thinking. I hope they make one. Methy and the Bandit would probably be a good one. He'd hop in this Trans Am and he'd have to drive all the way to Texarkana just to pick up a trunk full of meth and haul butt back. He had to be eastbound and down to get back to Atlanta.
Eastbound and down. Meth and the Bandit.
So, I mean, there's all kinds.
Hey, what about what about meth games?
Oh yeah, that would be good, right?
Instead of Hunger Games, it'd be meth games.
You have like 24 meth heads out there, and there's one meth pipe in the middle, and they all have to, kill each other to see which one comes out on top.
Who gets to the meth pipe first?
Yeah. Who the victor of the meth pipe is? But there could be other kids ones like Beauty and the Meth. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but that one's about some little old white crack whore down at the Snagabite.
Yeah,
Samantha Shaft-Turner.
Samantha Shaft-Turner. Right in high school, she was this
cheer captain.
She was salutatorian, cheer captain, and
prom queen,
right? And she just got hooked up with old Tito out there.
Gold Chain Jermaine. She hooked up with him, right. And that was a bad deal.
And that was it, right? She got hooked on that meth,
and he didn't pull out. So
So, Beauty and the Meth. Her and her 4 kids. Right? She's 23. Bless her heart. That's fine. There could be scary ones too. They probably make some horror movies like Nightmare on Meth Street. Right?
I'd go see that one.
Yeah, right.
Nightmare on Meth.
I'd have to go see it at noon, though. I wouldn't go see it in the dark, because the the thought of some scary dude coming into my dreams with he's got needles coming out of his fingers trying to poke me.
You want a shot?
Yeah. He's got meth spoons on the other hand. Or whatever. I don't even know that's how you. Is that how you do meth? You do it in a spoon, or is that crack? Mm-hmm. Heck, I don't know. It's probably
they probably eat it and put it in their ass and everything else. There ain't no telling, man. Hey, what about a superhero movie where Meth Man or Spider Man?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, okay, I'll see it. And they're going around in their
Meth Man.
Yeah. Pew, kapow.
He's like throwing. What would he be throwing? Like,
well, I mean,
he'd be having syringes in his hand going.
Yeah, or if if people need, he gets his Meth Man utility belt, right, which is a fanny pack.
Somebody needs a high, and he throws them a rock.
Somebody needs a rock or a pipe or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Right. But you've even got ones like these big creatures, the big animals, right? Like a Methzilla would probably be one.
Methzilla.
Right. So,
Meth Kong versus Methzilla.
Yeah, right. So they would team up and towards the end of the movie to take down like the mechanical meth.
Oh yeah, you can't have mechanical meth.
No.
No.
It's got to be organic.
That would probably be like a iMethbot.
Yeah. It would be. Yeah.
Methbot.
Starring Will Meth.
Meth Smith.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Meth Smith. Right, so what about those old westerns that you would watch, or were like those cowboy movies, right?
Yeah, like Lonesome Meth.
Lonesome Meth, right? Huh? You don't. It's not. The main guy doesn't talk about getting a poke. He talks about getting a hit.
Oh man, and he got to pay for it after a while.
And he got to pay for it. He goes and rescues his dealer, right? when they get kidnapped by an Indian because he needs his dealer, he needs his hit. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ain't even asked me for a hit.
Right.
I won't
She's
charge
so
you.
mad because she thinks he's getting clean. Right.
Yeah.
And so.
You be a sorry some bitch like me. Don't you leave me in this dump.
Yeah. In this trailer. You and your tattoos.
Yeah.
Leave the cigarettes though.
Bring me a pack of cigarettes next time.
You son of a bitch.
Hey, what about what's another good one?
Like Dances with Meth, right?
Oh,
That's
man.
like another out on the range movie, right?
Yeah.
You go out there and you find yourself lonely but surrounded by, natives and
Meth heads.
meth heads and
You
they
decide to join them.
yeah. You see one, a part of their group that kind of looks like you, so you think, oh, maybe there's something different about that one. You get sucked in and assimilated into the clan.
You realize they were a meth head too.
There were meth heads too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or it could be like one with like some famous actor. What's that kind of famous actor? Guardiana Bones. Right?
Yeah, Guardiana Bones.
Guardiana Bones, and the Raiders of the Lost Meth, right? Or the Temple of Meth. Right?
Temple of Meth.
Guardiana Bones and the last
coming
meth
to a
lab.
trailer park near you.
Yeah.
How do they know where I live?
Yeah. So there's all kinds of movies that are probably available on Methflix.
Methflix.
If you need a change of pace, you're tired of watching all these other movies that are
how some people Netflix and chill. Well, these guys Methflix and smoke
and get ill. They're ill.
Yeah.
Actually, they just Methflix and pass the hell out probably.
Methflix and smoke.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So go check it out, folks. Heck, you might find something you like. Well,
and see, it's almost like I'm saying.
Yeah.
And him too.
But he said it all.
He said it first.
Yeah. All right, what else we got? You talked about some. We're kind of getting in that.
Well, I've had some buddies get on here and they're like, "Hey, man, where's all the outdoor stuff, right? Where's all the boondock material?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're getting to it, right?
Yeah.
We gotta draw people in, right? And
like a pyramid scheme.
That too.
Okay.
If it works, it works.
Clickbait.
Hey, fake news and clickbait. So what I wanted to bring up was the way that we squirrel hunt, me included, has been wrong forever. We feed deer, right? We feed deer and feed hogs, and we usually feed these animals that we go out and hunt. We set a blind and shoot them.
Feed my kids.
Yeah. Why are we not doing this with squirrels? So, I think the daily bag limit on a squirrel where we're at is 12 per person.
Okay.
And I don't ever get 12. I go walk 3 or 4 miles in the woods, sit there a few hours, whatever it
You're all
takes.
sweaty and tired.
I may get 6. And then it takes you the rest of the day to clean them.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what anybody says. All y'all talking all that smack about how good and quick you can clean a squirrel. Bull smurf. You ain't doing it.
Okay.
And I've seen videos where somebody did do 1 or 2 pretty quick. And then I tried it just like they did. It don't work.
It don't work.
But anyways,
I watched this one video. This guy showed me how to do something, and I tried.
Telling you how to clean it.
I tried it before. It doesn't work the same.
Yeah. Never does.
I cramped up.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish.
Really?
Yeah. I had to go. Yeah.
I bet he did.
Take a shot of pickle juice just to make it through it.
Bananas and pickle juice. That'll help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, why don't we set up feeders, squirrel feeders and little squirrel blind, and when them squirrels come down there and eat the little feed or whatever you get, just pop, 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 pop out. Hey, why are we not doing that? Maybe the young bucks like walking around doing all that bustling through, like the squirrels can't hear and see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
They know you're there.
They know you're there. Everybody's like, man, I don't never see squirrels when I'm squirrel hunting, but I always see them when I'm deer hunting. That's because you're sitting still. Mm-hmm. Huh? So why not sit still and have a squirrel feeder out there and pop them when they come eat? You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to film it too to prove it.
So you're going to change up your tactic this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to start a squirrel hunting series, maybe on my Harvester Outdoors channel.
Okay.
You know, and show folks that, hey, we're doing it wrong.
And stuff.
And because, yeah.
And you're letting them know now, you know, at least it's not mid-September or mid-October and you're telling them and they're all mad because they were doing it the other way and they've already given up. At least you're telling them now so they can prepare, right?
Yeah.
You know, hey, be ready. Go ahead and start getting your stuff ready for this. You know, clearing out your spot that you want to feed them or bring them to you.
I'm hoping by the beginning of September I can have some kind of instructional squirrel hunting video.
Okay.
That says, hey, let's make it easy. Look, right? We're not trying to make it hard to put food on the table. We're trying to make it easier.
Yeah. And that's why you're killing them. You're not doing it just to, you know, say you killed squirrels.
Hey, you know them guys be like, oh man, hey, I've been bow hunting. Use a crossbow or whatever. Man, that's sissy. There ain't no sport in that, this, that, and other.
Just keep tearing stuff up.
Look, I'm just saying. What do you mean a sport? I don't do this for sport. I do it to eat. It's how we live.
Yeah.
Huh? If you, I mean, people don't grow tomatoes upside down. Oh, I just want to do it for sport. See if it works.
Yeah.
You know.
Me and my neighbor were racing them, see who was the fastest.
Yeah.
He won. Hell.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah, you do it to yeah.
You don't grow onions in trees for sport. You grow onions like they're supposed to be grown so they'll do well so you can eat them.
Well, I mean, I don't.
Well, hey, why not do the animals the same way?
Yeah. I dig it. Very good.
Anyways, you got anything else?
That's it.
I mean, because,
That's it.
All right, man. Well, hey.
Yeah, come back Friday, right? We'll see you then, and you know, hey, be good to everybody out there, right? There's no point in being buttholes to folks and getting all easily offended because, you know, hey, we want you to be COVID free also.
COVID free.
Right, COVID free.
Hey, don't forget to pull out when you need to.
Yep.
Change your squirrel hunting tactic.
Mm-hmm.
And
subscribe to Methflix.
Maybe at night after you've eaten all your squirrel, you could subscribe to Methflix and smoke.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, hey, don't forget to hit the like button, throw us a comment, share with your buddies, and subscribe.
Yeah, hit that bell. It's a bell still?
Ding.
There you go.
I mean, subscribe. Why not subscribe?
Yeah, it doesn't cost you nothing but, huh?
Man, what are you talking about, man? Hey. All right, man. Y'all be good. See you Friday.